Let's now learn the factor theorem. In our previous example, we have compared -2 and -1. At one place I got p of -1 is equal to 0, which shows that -1 is a 0 of polynomial. So when I get, let me write it again, p of -1 is equal to 0, that means the value of x was -1. Okay, if x is equal to -1, we can take -1 on the left hand side. So I will be getting x plus 1 is a factor of polynomial p of x. Okay, whichever polynomial it was, if you are getting p of -1 to be 0, so the value of x is -1, and so it is proved x plus 1 is a factor of polynomial p of x. In general, we will say that whenever polynomial p of x is divided by x minus a, that means we are putting the value of x to be a. Is it clear to you? When we divide it by x minus a, that means we are placing the value of x to be a. And if you get p of a to be 0, the value of x, that is a, so p of a is equal to 0, then it is proved that x minus a is a factor of polynomial p of x, right? So this is the way you are going to use your factor theorem. Again, I am telling you, the reverse of the situation is also true. One side we have told that when polynomial p of x is divided by x minus a, and if the remainder p of a is equal to 0, then x minus a is a factor of the polynomial p of x. I can also say the converse of the statement in this way: if x minus a is a factor of p of x, then p of a will be definitely 0. Same way, let us learn the remainder theorem. Remainder theorem is, if any polynomial p of x is divided by x minus a, right, then the remainder will be equal to p of a. Keep the sign in mind. Whenever p of x is divided by x minus a, so the value of x will be taken as plus a. If it is x plus a, the value will be taken to be minus a. If it is 3x plus 1, just see. So we will be writing p of minus 1 upon 3. You have to obtain the value of x. See how you can obtain. 3x plus 1 is equal to 0, 3x is equal to minus 1, and so x is equal to minus 1 upon 3. So this value of x you are going to place here. Okay, this is the way you can obtain the value of x, and that will be your remainder, right? Now let us see our textbook. This is the first exercise 2.1. The first question is, which of the following expressions are polynomial in one variable and which are not? State the reason. Now you can see here 4x square minus 3x plus 7. The variable is x. The power is also, we can say, non-negative number, and yes, so it is a polynomial. The second one is y square plus root 2. As the degree is 2, it is a quadratic polynomial. And here we can have in term of constant term, we can have any number. It can be rational as well as irrational. So yes, this is also a polynomial. But if we see the third one, 3 root t plus t root 2. So you can see here we are having the term root t, which shows that t raised to 1 upon 2, right? So the power of t is here 1 upon 2. And as I told you, in a polynomial, the power of any variable will be only a whole number. It cannot be a rational number. So this is not a polynomial. Same way, the fourth one, y plus 2 by y. Now the meaning of 2 by y is y raised to minus 1. If I take y here in the numerator, so it will be written as y raised to minus 1. And so again the power of a variable is a negative number, which will give you that it is not a polynomial. Let us see the last one, x raised to 10 plus y cube plus t raised to 50. Yes, of course this is a polynomial, but there are 3 variables. The first variable is x, then y, then t. Even though the power is 10, 3, 50, no problem, because it is a whole number. Okay, so you cannot say it is not a polynomial, it is a polynomial. Let us see the next question. Write the coefficient of x square in the each of the term. Now you can see the first question, plus x square is given, 2 plus x square plus x. As x square is alone here, nothing is there, means 1 is there. So we can say the coefficient of x square here is 1. Here it will be minus 1 as the sign is considered. Here the coefficient of x square in third one is pi by 2. And the last one you can see there is no x square term at all. And so the coefficient of x square is 0, right? Now give an example of each of the binomial of degree 35. Binomial means having two terms. Degree should be 35 and monomial with degree 100. So let us solve. Now there can be infinite answers. As I have written here, binomial of degree 35 is p of y, which is 3y raised to 35 minus 89. You can also write p of x is equal to anything. 4x raised to 35 plus 9. Anything. Same way, monomial with degree 100 is p of t, means polynomial with variable t, which is root 7 into t raised to 100. Number can be anything, I told you, but the power of the variable is 100. You can also write p of a is equal to a raised to 100. Simply, only this much, right? This is a monomial having a single term. And so this will be the answer. Let us see the next question now. Write the degree of each of the following. You can see here the highest degree is 3, right? 5x cube plus 4x square plus 7x. So variable is x and the highest degree is 3. So here the degree of this polynomial will be 3. For this it will be 2. For this it will be 1. And here as no degree is there, so the highest degree is 0. For 3 the highest degree is 0. Let us classify whether the given polynomials are linear, quadratic or cubic. Okay, so whichever polynomial is having highest degree 1 is considered to be linear, 2 as quadratic and 3 as cubic. So you can see here the highest degree of this polynomial is 2, so it is quadratic. Here the highest degree is 3, so it is cubic. This is again quadratic because the highest degree is 2. 1 plus x, the highest degree is x raised to 1. Okay, so that is linear. 3t, the again highest degree is 1, so it will be linear. R square is containing the highest degree 2, so it is quadratic. And 7x cube is the highest degree is 3, so it is cubic.